Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive.
Hmm.
We love to take these deep dives into all sorts of fascinating topics, and today we're going to do a deep dive into the world of AI and e-commerce,
Oh, yeah.
specifically how it's being used in marketing.
Yeah, AI and e-commerce.
We've got this in-depth report,
Yeah,
and really our mission here is to understand how AI is changing the game.
absolutely.
So get ready because we're going to be talking about personalized shopping experiences.
Oh, yeah.
Those recommendations you see.
Yeah,
Maybe we can finally stop seeing ads for things we've already bought.
that'd be great.
Then there's predictive analytics,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll even touch on augmented reality shopping.
Yeah, it really is incredible to see how AI is going from just a buzzword
Right.
to like a core element of e-commerce now.
It's everywhere, isn't it?
It really is.
Okay, so let's break down some of the tech behind this AI revolution.
Sure.
I hear terms like machine learning and deep learning
Mm,
all the time.
right.
What exactly are they?
Well, think of machine learning kind of like a detective,
Okay.
constantly studying your online behavior, like what you click on, what you buy, even how long you look at something on a page.
So it's learning from all that data.
Yes, exactly. And
Yeah.
then using that to figure out your tastes and
It's
preferences.
like how Netflix recommends shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's machine learning in action.
So AI is like my own personal shopper then,
In a way, yeah.
helping me find the perfect things.
Exactly. And it goes even further, like with deep learning.
Okay, deep learning.
Yeah. So this uses more complex algorithms. These are
Okay.
called neural networks, and they're inspired by the human brain.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh? So they can analyze huge amounts of data and do things like understand images, recognize speech, even process language.
I see.
So that's how those chatbots are getting so good.
Right, they actually understand what I'm asking.
Right. It's called natural language processing.
NLP.
Yeah, NLP. And it gives chatbots the power to understand and respond in a way that feels like you're talking to a real person.
It's amazing how natural it feels.
Yeah, it's really come a long way, hasn't it?
Oh, AI is really becoming like my personal shopping assistant then.
You could say that. And it's not just recommending products, it's
Mm.
about making the whole shopping experience more tailored to you.
Okay, so let's dive into some specific examples of how AI is making online shopping more personal.
Right.
We talked about recommendations,
Right.
but what else is there?
Well, there's also dynamic pricing.
Dynamic pricing.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, but I always thought it just meant prices going up when something's popular.
Well, it can work that way, but it can also work in your favor.
Really?
Yeah. So let's say you've been looking at a certain pair of shoes.
Okay.
The AI can figure out the best price to get you to buy them and maybe even offer you a discount.
Oh, wow. Now that's pretty cool.
Right.
So it's not all bad.
Not at all. And there's more.
Okay, what else?
Well, AI can also personalize marketing campaigns.
So less spam.
Exactly. You'll only see ads for things you're actually interested in.
Now that's something I can get behind.
Right.
But isn't there a risk of it feeling a bit too Big Brotherish?
You mean like they're watching everything you do?
Exactly.
I know what you mean. And that's why data privacy is so important.
Right.
Companies need to be transparent about how they're using our data.
And give us control.
Exactly.
I think that's something a lot of people are worried about these days.
I agree. It's a big concern. But when it's done right, AI can make a huge difference in the shopping experience.
Okay, so we've talked about AI personalizing our shopping,
Right.
but can it predict the future of shopping as well?
Well, in a way, yes, it can.
Really?
Yeah, through something called predictive analytics.
Okay, so what is predictive analytics?
It's basically using AI to analyze tons of data, like customer behavior, market trends, and even what people are saying on social media.
All that data.
All of it. And with all that information, it can actually forecast future trends.
So it's like having a crystal ball.
Pretty much, yeah. It helps companies stay ahead of the curve and know what customers will want next.
That's incredible.
It is, isn't it?
So how do companies use these predictions to make our shopping experience better?
Well, for one thing, they can make sure they have enough of the products people want.
So no more out-of-stock messages.
Exactly. Plus, they can get things to you faster and more efficiently.
I definitely appreciate that.
And from a marketing perspective,
Yeah,
they can create more targeted campaigns that actually resonate with people.
that makes sense.
Instead of just guessing they know what's going to be hot.
So AI is making businesses smarter too.
Yes, it's really a win-win for both shoppers and companies.
So it seems like AI is pretty amazing,
It does have a lot of potential.
but I'm sure there are some challenges too.
Oh, absolutely. There's always another side to the coin.
Well, let's save that for part 2 of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're back, and we just spent some time exploring how AI is changing the game in e-commerce when it comes to making it more personal and even predicting what's coming next.
Right.
But like we were saying at the end of part one, there are definitely some challenges.
Oh, for sure.
What are some of the biggest hurdles for businesses trying to implement AI effectively?
Well, one of the biggest is integration, you know?
What do you mean?
Well, like actually making AI work with their existing systems and workflows.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It can get pretty complex, and it can be expensive, too.
So it's not just a matter of flipping a switch.
No, not at all.
What are some other challenges?
Well, data is a big one.
Okay.
Because AI algorithms are only as good as the data you feed them.
Right. Garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So making sure the data is high quality, accurate, and complete is crucial.
And then there's the whole issue of data privacy,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
which we touched on a bit earlier.
You have to be so careful with all that data.
It is a balancing act, isn't it?
It really is between using data to improve things for the customer
Right.
and making sure you're respecting their privacy.
Absolutely. Are there any other potential drawbacks we should be thinking about?
Yeah, I think it's important to remember that even with all this amazing AI tech, the human element is still really important.
What do you mean by that?
Well, sometimes customers just want to talk to a real person.
Right, like when they have a complicated issue.
Exactly, or when they just need someone to be a little more understanding.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's not about replacing people altogether.
It's about finding that sweet spot.
Yeah, a good balance between AI and human interaction.
I like that. Okay, so let's say a company has decided to embrace AI.
Okay.
How do they actually measure if it's working?
That's a good question, and that's where we get into data-driven decision-making.
Okay, so break that down for me.
Well, there are certain key performance indicators, or KPIs, that companies track.
Like what?
Well, one of the most important is conversion rates.
Conversion rates.
Yeah, so
Right.
that basically measures how well something like AI-powered recommendations or targeted ads are leading to actual purchases.
Gotcha. So if more people are clicking buy, that's a good sign.
Exactly. But it's not just about individual sales.
Yeah, okay.
Companies also look at customer lifetime value.
What is
So it's also known as CLV, and it measures the total value of a customer over their entire relationship with the brand.
So not just a one-time purchase?
No, it's about building long-term loyalty.
And how does AI help with that?
Well, it can analyze past behavior to predict what a customer might buy next,
Okay.
and then it can create personalized experiences to keep them coming back.
I see.
And that leads to higher customer retention and ultimately more profits for the business.
So AI is playing the long game.
You could say that.
I like it. But are there any ways to assess AI success that aren't just about numbers?
Oh, absolutely. Customer feedback is super valuable.
Okay.
Companies use things like surveys, reviews, and social media monitoring to see how people feel about the AI features.
So like, are the recommendations actually helpful?
Exactly. Or do people like how fast and efficient the AI-powered customer service is?
Right. That makes sense.
It all helps businesses fine-tune their strategies and make sure they're meeting customer needs.
So it's a constant learning process.
It really is, as AI keeps getting better.
Speaking of getting better,
Yeah.
I bet we're going to see some even more incredible AI applications in e-commerce.
Oh, absolutely. We're already seeing things like virtual try-on experiences with augmented reality
Really?
and AI-powered personal shoppers that can give you style advice.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
It is. It's like having your own personal stylist.
Available 24/7.
Exactly.
But with all this cool tech coming out, is there a chance AI will take over too many jobs?
That's a worry a lot of people have.
Yeah, it's a valid concern.
But historically, when we've seen big technological changes,
Yeah.
we often end up with new jobs being created.
Oh, interesting.
And a lot of the existing jobs change, but they're still there.
So it's about adapting,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And embracing the new opportunities AI brings.
like learning new skills.
Exactly. Upskilling the workforce to meet the new demands.
It's not man versus machine.
No, not at all. It's about humans and AI working together.
Using AI as a tool,
Right. To do things better and faster.
like letting AI handle the data crunching so humans can focus on the creative stuff.
Exactly. Or the tasks that need empathy and complex problem solving.
It's about finding that balance.
Exactly. AI and human intelligence working in harmony.
I love that. But beyond the jobs issue,
Yeah.
there are also some big questions about data privacy and ethics.
Oh, for sure. Those are huge topics.
As AI becomes more powerful, we need to make sure it's being used responsibly.
Absolutely. Transparency, accountability, and fairness have to be at the forefront.
It's not just about the tech itself,
No, it's about using it ethically.
that making sure it benefits everyone.
Exactly.
It's a complex issue,
It really is.
but it's clear that the future of e-commerce is going to be heavily influenced by AI.
There's no doubt about that. AI is already changing the way we shop
Right.
and how we interact with brands.
It's a whole new world of retail.
And it's just going to keep getting more advanced and exciting.
I'm ready to see what comes next.
Me too. I think our listeners are probably curious to hear about some real-world examples of these AI trends in action.
Yeah, let's get into those in the last part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the theory of AI in e-commerce, but now I want to see how it's actually playing out in the real world.
Yeah, let's get specific.
Can you give me some examples of companies that are using AI effectively?
Oh, absolutely. There are tons of great examples out there, but one that always comes to mind is Stitch Fix.
Stitch Fix.
Yeah, you know, that personalized styling service?
I've heard of them, but how does AI work with that?
Well, they use AI to analyze your style preferences, body type, lifestyle, all that good stuff.
And then what?
Then their AI puts together a box of clothes and accessories just for you.
So it's like having a personal stylist, but AI-powered.
Exactly.
But do they actually get it right?
You know, it's pretty impressive how often they hit the mark.
Really?
Yeah, their algorithms learn from your feedback every time you get a box.
Okay.
So they're constantly getting better at understanding what you like.
That's pretty cool.
It really is a great example of personalized shopping.
Any other companies that are doing interesting things with AI?
Sephora is another one that's really pushing the boundaries.
Sephora, the makeup company?
Yeah, exactly. They've got this AI-powered virtual try-on technology.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
It's so cool, right?
It's amazing you can try on different shades of lipstick and see how they look with your skin tone.
Right, and it's super realistic.
It totally changes the game for buying makeup online.
Exactly, no more guessing.
Love it.
And Sephora's seeing great results, you know, increased sales and happier customers.
That makes sense.
It's a win-win.
Okay, so those are some great examples of how AI is making the shopping experience better for us.
Yeah.
But we also talked about how AI can help businesses behind the scenes,
Right.
you know, with things like optimizing their operations.
Yeah, for sure.
Any examples of that?
Well, Amazon's a great example.
Makes sense. They're kind of the kings of e-commerce.
Right, well, they use AI for a ton of stuff. Optimizing their supply chain, predicting demand, and of course, personalizing product recommendations.
They're really good at those recommendations.
Yeah, they've got it down to a science, and, you know, they've also got those famous warehouse robots.
The ones that pick and pack orders?
Yeah, those are powered by AI, too.
It's amazing how much AI is going on behind the scenes.
And it's crazy, right? It's all working to make our lives easier.
so much more efficient.
Exactly.
Okay, so looking ahead, what are some of the bigger trends we should be keeping an eye on in the future of AI-powered e-commerce?
Well, one that's really interesting is conversational commerce.
What's that?
So it's all about using AI-powered chatbots and voice assistants
Okay.
to make shopping more interactive and personalized.
So instead of browsing a website
You could just talk to your voice assistant.
and say something like, order my favorite coffee.
Exactly. Or find me a new pair of running shoes.
That sounds super convenient.
Right. It's like having your own personal shopping concierge.
I love it. Any other trends on your radar?
Well, another big one is the focus on ethical and responsible AI.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that before.
It's only going to become more important as AI gets more sophisticated.
We need to make sure it's being used for good.
Exactly. Companies are starting to really prioritize transparency, fairness, and accountability in their AI strategies.
It's not just about blindly adopting the latest tech
No, it's about doing it the right way.
and making sure it benefits everyone.
Absolutely.
Wow, this has been a really fascinating deep dive.
It's such a cool topic.
I feel like I've learned so much about how AI is shaping the world of online shopping.
Yeah, me too. It's amazing how fast things are changing.
So as we wrap up, what's the one big takeaway you want our listeners to remember about AI in e-commerce?
I think the most important thing is that AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used in different ways.
Right.
It can be used for good or for bad.
We get to decide.
We do. It's up to all of us, consumers, businesses, policymakers, everyone, to make sure AI is being used responsibly and ethically.
To create a better future.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Well, this has been an incredible deep dive into the world of AI-powered e-commerce. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
And to all our listeners out there, as always, if you want to explore this topic further, we'll have some links in the show notes. And until next time, stay curious and keep on learning.